to go live, but because I'll give people time to, because I'm gonna go just to get going. But I like the idea what you're doing with the battle droids. Like I said, you're gonna like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like modify those and paint those, and then just
try to match the Hot Toys as best I can.
Yeah.
And basically destroy, slice one down the middle or slice one across the chest. And
why don't you just make them your own? Do your own thing.
I could do that, like a custom paint. Well, see, I want to. My vision is to create this Battle of Geonosis. So I thought it would be kind of fun to have some destroyed B1s laying around, but maybe I will. Maybe we'll see, because this is a project that's going to take a while, and it's not even going to start for a while. So you know how it is in collecting. Like, you have an idea, 6 months later, it's a totally different idea. So
well, some other ideas you can get is from Star Wars Battlefront. Yes. All the different versions of the B1s.
They're like red and dark gray, I think.
Yeah, or the jump hole and
Oh yeah, sorry, Battlefront. Yeah, but then I was thinking
one of the best games ever, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of the new game, Jedi Survivor. Yeah, those are painted pretty cool too. So you're right. I mean, there's a million. Star Wars is a million variations to everything. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can find them anymore, but when Obi-Wan came out a couple of years ago, Revenge of the Sith, you know how he had his droid battle damage droid parts. So I bought an extra. So I got an extra set of those. So a couple of weeks ago, what I ended up doing is I took all the parts and I just glued them all together. So now I have Echo holding up with his like the robot arm. So it looks like it was just cut right down the middle, and he's holding that up by the neck.
That's perfect. Yeah, I love all this kind of stuff, man. This is like collecting in general is fantastic, but when you add your own little touches to it, it just takes it to the next level. Makes it that much more unique.
Mm-hmm. So I found a clip. Listen, guys. I'm getting fancy with my clips here. So I got a couple clips last week, and like I said, Friday night. I know we got cut short because my daughter was sick, so I apologize, Don. I know you're all last Friday stream was infamous because we had a bunch of stuff going on. It was fun, but I had a clip for my daughter with the super chats, and I made a couple extra ones. So I'm getting nifty with my my quick clip, my clips and stuff like that. But I got a really quick couple second clip that I put together real fast that I think sums up the stream. I'm going to play it real fast just so hopefully Marvel doesn't come after me.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Yeah, so that kind of sums up the point of the stream. So for those who are coming in, we got people in checking in. What's going on, everybody? Mr. Bob Collectibles back for Friday night. One last weekend. Last Friday, pretty successful. So we'll do another one Friday night. I was talking to Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, a couple ideas for a stream, and I think I kind of threw out the name, and he liked it, so I was like, we'll kind of see where it goes. So Friday nights, welcome to Friday Night 5. And that's kind of what I was going with. Little cheesy word there, play on words, but the whole point of the Friday, I don't know if I'll do it every week, like do a Sunday one also. It might be like a bi-weekly Friday. Because I gotta have a life too, and I have a family, stuff. So try to see what it is. But point of it is it's gonna be like a top 5 show, and it's gonna be different than top 5s, like top 5 favorite figures or like that. That's stuff we're talking about. I want to figure out stuff that's really interesting that makes us think and have to be like, whoa, that's all right. That's something different. So for example, tonight's topic, you saw the thumbnail, and then we'll go around introductions of everyone's here. Topic tonight, and I definitely was talking to Sean about this. I talked to Sean, I talked to Nate, Connor. Everyone I talked to was kind of like, whoa. So, we talk about like top 5 pre-orders or top 5 pages. And, and the title of the thumbnail was called Sacrifice. So I worded this perfectly to Nate on the phone. I was like, when we talk about like sacrificing figures, we usually think about like, I'm going to sacrifice the Guardians of the Galaxy. We sacrifice stuff that we're going to pre-order or we were going to pre-order. You know what I mean? For something else. Like, I'm not going to do the Guardians and the go after that. I'm not going to do this and go after that. I'm talking about active pre-orders. Stuff that we pre-ordered already. Envision a scenario that required you to cancel 5 active pre-orders that you have right now. That's for anybody. 5 active pre-orders you have. And it comes about personal circumstances that you had to cancel 5 pre-orders that you have right now, 5 6 scale pre-orders. And what would they be? So that's kind of where the basis of this chat was, this conversation. But to go around the horn, obviously, Mr. Mom here. The gentleman below me is Mr. Don Prime from Geeking Out, as always, sir. Thank you so much for being here Friday night. I know it was kind of a little bit of a last minute ask, but I'm glad you're here with me. I do appreciate it. And the person to what, your left, my right, whatever it may be, is Sean from the Hot Toys Nightmare, as always, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello.
And I appreciate it as well. And finally, the newbie to the group, which those in the community might know him as, I'm going to pause it. I'm not going to go full. Mike Litoris, Mike Litoris. I'll say it whatever. He's gotten a few people with that name, but Mike is a first-time streamer. Him and I hit it off a few weeks ago. He's a Jersey boy like me, so we live about an hour and a half away from each other. And I just want to introduce Mike to the group. His first time streaming. So Mike, welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Don and Sean, and everybody out there. This is really awesome. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, Don, how are you doing tonight, man?
Good. Spent some time just rearranging the office, moving figures around, and then just adding the drop-in USB kits into my Maji cases.
I saw that you were doing what was it, the jet fighter that you did tonight, right? Or you're showing pictures of that in the group?
No, actually I did everything because I got a bunch of different kits in. So I've finally hooked up like the Sky Striker because I have LED kits in the thrusters, and just dropped in more USB hub areas for the incoming Echo. Just drop it in for the eventual like Mace Windu and Vader and any other figure that's going to be USB powered. Plus with the B2s, I can either do it with the USB powered batteries or I can do it with the soap reactor batteries. So
there you go. Sean, how are you doing over there, buddy?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I worked, and
now you're here. Yeah. Well, same thing with me. I worked and I'm here. That's pretty it, right? It's pretty simple.
That's it.
So let's jump right into it because I know we got some lists. We'll go through them pretty quick. We're trying to keep the stream to about maybe an hour and 20 minutes. Kind of that's where it is. 9:44. We at 9:50, 10:50. Yeah, try to cap it at maybe like around 11 o'clock. I know we all want to get some sleep, and I have a long day ahead of me. My daughter's got 2 birthday parties tomorrow that I have to be. We're going to be out all day tomorrow. So sleep is always a nice thing to have. So the point of the stream, guys, just to reiterate, those who are maybe watching or on the replay or coming in, it's going to be a top 5 sacrifice list. And like I said, what this means is we all have pre-orders. I opened it to 1/6 scale, not just Hot Toys. It could be third party, 1/6 scale active pre-orders that we have right now. If a life circumstance came about that said, hey, Don, hey, Sean, hey, Mike, you got to cancel 5 pre-orders right now, and this problem fictitiously goes away, what would those 5 pre-orders be? And once again, number 5 to number 1, there's no significance. It's just 5 of them. And we'll kind of go around the horn. Majority of mine are on Sideshow. So what I'll do is as we go, I can just type in the names. We'll pull them up on Sideshow. You can give me what they are. And now, Don, I know you have one that's not on Sideshow. So maybe we'll start with that and then go around. I'll go last. And then what we'll do is just get a quick explanation in terms of why, because I saw your picks, Don, and I was kind of interested because some of them, make sense. Some of them was kind of like, oh, wow, really? So we'll go around the horn. And Don, let me pull up as you're, start. I pulled up, where is this from? Let me see. I'll get the first one. It was actually I put it in my.
Yeah, note. I got that from 1/6 kit, but since it's
I think I have it up
over
on,
the period.
I think I ironically just pulled it up and it was on TNS. I don't know. I just pulled it up from TNS figures. So I'll just screenshot that one. But I believe this is your 5th one, if I'm not mistaken, which is the Premier Toys Mars Rescue figure, which is Matt Damon from The Martian, which I got to say, I was a little surprised about that one. So this is your 5th one that if you, for some reason, you had to cancel something right now and just say, see you later, this would be your first one.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is, I love spacesuits, but this was almost like, hey, I'll put this next to my DID, Apollo 11 suit and my, Blitzway quarter scale Apollo 11 astronaut as like a evolution. But, it's one of those things, I bought it. It was, for a decent price, but also at the same thing. I haven't bought a figure from this company before. You don't really know. So, I mean, I was already gambling anyways. So, yeah, it's just
I got to admit, this is something that I was going to pre-order, and I actually never pulled the trigger on it. And I kind of glad I didn't, just because I was like the funds and stuff like that. Is something that I was probably glad I didn't do. So this is one for me. I was going to pre-order, and I never did. So this is your fifth one, or because I know the rest of yours are going to be on Sideshow probably, so that'll make it a little bit easier. So this is your first one, which is quite surprising for me. Sean, what would be your first one? And is it on Sideshow that I could just do a quick search for?
Yeah, it's on Sideshow. My first one, like the first one I would cancel out of all of it, the DeLorean.
No way.
Yep.
No way.
I don't need that drama in my life, dude.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Oh, now it's getting juicy, man. You, I was
out of the gate.
You went right out of the gate with that one. So just for those who are, like I said, as people are watching, going through, we're talking about pre-orders that we would cancel in like a life crisis emergency. We needed to cut down on our pre-order list for a reason. So this would be one of your 5. This is the DeLorean. Wow, really?
Yep.
Now, I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you, dude. You threw me for a curve. This is a curveball. You hit me the curveball on this one, I will say.
Well, this is the thing is like I have space for it and everything else, obviously. But the issue with it is, there's more people unsatisfied
than
are satisfied with it. And I haven't seen it in hand to try and sway me away from that because I have a lot of doubt on it. It's still ordered. It's not canceled, but if it's something I had to cancel, it would be this.
Wow.
Question about
I'm
that,
not
too.
allowed to cancel anything that's going to be army building or multiple.
Correct.
Everything else.
Correct. No army building, no multiples. and that was strictly, and that was definitely, I was being biased towards you.
I know.
I was throwing that out towards you. Yes. Because you could have just canceled a bunch of clones and called it a day and said, hey, just one, cancel 5, see you later. You guys can talk. So I needed to push you a little bit. This one, I got to admit, this was a curveball. This is a curveball.
That's why I didn't tell you what 5 they were going to be.
No, I like it. I like this one a lot.
With something like this, though, if he's getting it, so you haven't gotten it yet, a lot of other people have gotten it so far. Once you get past a certain point, they run out of replacements.
Yeah.
So it also makes sense that far in the game, you wouldn't want to take that risk, right? Am I thinking about that correctly?
You are, and that's part of my thinking too, along with the fact that I didn't order it from Sideshow. I ordered it from a local comic book store that I get basically most of my stuff from because I don't want to pay shipping.
Yeah.
And basically by the time they get it, a lot of comic book shops are not getting everything like how they used to as fast as they did. There's like a delay. And unfortunately, that's just what I have to expect with this.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, like I said, Sean, you're keeping me on my toes. I got to say, I'm quite surprised about that one. Like I said, we can turn around and we'll like I said, go through our list to kind of keep the momentum going. And then maybe when we get down to like we chose 4, we can always do like a recap of everything like that. And maybe anything that stands out is a surprise to us. But Mike, I'm going to go to you. Are some of yours on Sideshow? Just because I can do a search while I'm here.
Yeah, they're all on Sideshow.
All right, so hit me with one. Like I said, it could be, like I said, 1 doesn't mean any difference than 5. Give me one that you would cancel in an emergency.
They all hurt, so this is not in any
I know
way.
you were talking. You're like, ooh, yeah.
I guess it would have to be the KX.
KX.
Yeah.
KX Enforcer. Now this one right here. So now you have this on pre-order. So in a pinch, if you had to nip something off, this would be on your list, and why?
Yeah. So I'm not one of those people that wishes that it was K2SO, just because he would make 0 sense in my collection. I love the movie. I just don't have any other figures from it. But you see that Mando helmet there?
Yeah. Where is it?
So I've got 3 Death Watch Mandalorians. So the plan was to customize them a little bit, make them maybe look a little bit more like Clone Wars versions.
Uh-huh.
I was already planning on doing that, but I can recreate the Night of 1,000 Tears with this figure. And those 3, it was that helmet that made me buy the figure. That sold me on recreating that event, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's an interesting one, especially because it's sold out so fast and everyone's kind of all over it. So that is an interesting one. It is,
And
but I can kind of see where you're coming from on it, just because it's. I don't know. For me, it's kind of hard because, like I said, it was in the show for such a quick period of time, and it's like I don't know. It's one of those I can understand. I can
yeah,
definitely understand this is if this had to be on the chopping block, just
and-
because it's also
yeah.
a figure. I feel like unless you have other things it can go with. I don't know. It's hard, definitely.
That was the only justification I had for it, was like to
And it's hard.
recreate that.
It's funny because you have to like make excuses in terms of like why to cancel stuff, which is really interesting.
Oh
So,
yeah.
no, that's a good one. So now for me, I'm gonna type it in here. I got a couple. Green Goblin. Now, specifically, I would get rid of this guy, not the Hobo Goblin. So I'd cancel this one if I had to, as one of my 5.
He's a good looking figure.
The reason is, and I'm torn on it, of the villains, I debated to cut down more on No Way Home. This is my only No Way Home figure. I was going to cut down on more. The reason why is because it's hard to see behind me, but I do have the Toys era Green Goblin on the glider up behind me right there. And he's pretty good. Like, he serves. I originally was going to get the Hobo Goblin and Hot Toys' regular Goblin. But to be honest with you, I couldn't justify $600 plus for 2 figures. I couldn't do it. Says I'm on the wait list for this, but I've redeemed my wait list. That just kind of goes to show you where my mindset was, because I didn't really I let him go until he was sold out. I jumped on the wait list, and then I finally, once they saw the Willem Dafoe head sculpt, I definitely got it. But as I said, if push came to shove and I had to cut down because of the price, and I already have Goblin representation in my collection, I could do without this one. It would be a tough one to swallow for me because I want that Willem Dafoe head sculpt. But like I said, if I really had to, and to represent the No Way Home line, like I said, I have the Toy Zero one right there. It's been perfect. That suit's really great. It flexes really well, and it's held up since the day I've gotten it. I got it since got like first batch, so it's held up really well. That one's a really great figure, and like I said, I'll use that as my representation for him. But yeah, if I had to cancel one figure, like one out of my 5, yeah, it's this one right here. This one's tough for me, but because of the price, the figure, and I already kind of have a version of it in my collection, yeah, this would be one that I would personally cancel myself, which is yeah, that's hard. That's hard for me to do that. So moving on from me. So Don, what would be your I remember your list, so you're just gonna kind of
Yeah.
what was your next one?
The R5 droid pack.
R5. This is one I was upset about. I was upset, as you could see, because I'm on the wait list. So talk to me about this one. Why do you think why the R5?
Again, I mean, I'm getting it for like nostalgia reasons and, hedging my bets in case something wink wink does come out. But also at the same time, I only want it for the R5. I have no real need, so to say, because I know Connor loves the pit droids. And, the other droid, I can't remember his designation right now from Fallen Order. Yeah, BD-72. I mean, I'd probably end up selling those or parting those out anyways. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I know that I feel like the droids. I mean, I just got the droid fever not too long ago. Like I said, I snagged R2 from Attack of the Clones. He's coming. I should have him by Wednesday or Thursday. And because I'm pretty upset because, and like I think I was in the chat. Like my waitlist converted on this thing, and then I waited like an hour and a half to get it because I was busy making dinner for my daughter, and I tried converting it, and then I got kicked out because like it wasn't available. So I was pretty upset because once I got the R2, or I knew I was going to get the R2, I kind of wanted a couple droids because I like the idea of these kind of scattered throughout my display, like not all clumped together, but like put one droid in one area, one in another, and kind of have them kind of spread out in my Star Wars collection. So yeah, I'm hoping that this converts over for me, to be honest with you, or I can get it from another source. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I want to take a second and kind of jump back into the chat and see who's going on here. Some guy, let me pull out stop screen share for a second. Who we got in here? So some guy, what's up, my favorite people first. Some guy, what's going on, man? Thank you for being here. Eddie Rodriguez, what's going on? How are you? Commander Green, hey, Mr. Mom Collectibles and crew. Universal K, evening, everybody. Payton, 23. Hello, fellow collectors. Thank you for being here, Payton. I appreciate it. I know it's late at night for some of us. We're staying up a little bit. I'm past my bedtime 100%. Who do we else we got in here? People having a little bit of conversation back and forth. Big Dog Pound 1, giving the woo to everybody out there. Shout out to everybody. I can't do it because I'm not going to try to crack my voice. I don't know. Sean, give us a woo if you don't mind. Psych up.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, I was waiting for. I actually lowered my volume down, so it was for my daughter wouldn't hear.
Yeah, my son is
All of
sleeping.
a sudden, your
too,
daughter
so I'm
comes
glad I
in,
got these
puppy.
on.
Yeah, we had that like last Friday. My daughter comes walking in. Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
That was cute though.
yeah.
And this is the shortest live stream ever recorded. Thank you.
Hey guys, listen, we're at 20 minutes and 42 seconds. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you so much for that, Sean. I do appreciate that. I'm gonna have to record that and use that on Connor's stream when he does his. I'm just gonna play that one instead. Like, hey, I got a woo here that will top Chris's. So the collector here with the popcorn emoji as always. I do appreciate that, sir. CSI Grissom in the house. Evening dope collectors. Thank you so much. Kaju Daddy, he's in. He said they seemingly fixed the DeLorean according to everyone else who received later batches, including yours truly. That's still open to debate, to be honest, because Bretta and I compared notes very in depth, and it doesn't look like anything was changed. It could be that maybe it's a little more structurally like together, but I know he got his car and he claims that he converted it at least 12 times, if not more, to test to see if the thing was going to break because he had a 7-day return policy on it. And him and I compared photos, and there was times, 2 or 3 times, where we were like, oh, that looks different. No, it looks exactly the same. Like his car, the way that his bolts are in, the way that his wheel wells look, everything, the mechanism, it looks exactly the same to mine. So what I'm interested about is that because I know he's over. Is he over in Hong Kong or China? Where I don't know. Where's Bretta at? Is he in China? That's where he's based out of, right? Hong Kong. He's in Hong Kong. So
I'm not positive, but
but I know he's like overseas. So what I'm interested about is the people who get the next batch in the United States that have to go through the travel, the customs, the weather, like those months of traveling with the vehicle, like to come over here. I'm interested to see the first US based collectors who get those batches, if in fact they hold up. So I'm interested to see that. But as I said, we compared notes and photos and videos, and from what I could tell, they look exactly the same. So I do hope that people who are getting those batches, it is better. I don't wish hard luck on anybody, but thus far, Brett and I, they look to be the same vehicle. 16 Junkie, hey y'all, what's going on, man? Thank you so much. Kaji that again. I was very weary at first, but after seeing Bretta's, I took a closer look at the arm and many differences in initial batches, and mine seems different. As I said, I'm waiting for people to get some more in-depth photos, and we'll see what happens. And then people are kind of talking about the collector number 1. I'm close to canceling both versions of the Bark Speeder pre-orders and both versions of the Walker pre-orders as well. Very interesting. Very interesting.
The collector, we should talk.
Commander Green, the Hot Toys Nightmare. I feel you, brother. They're going to have to pry my clones from my dead fingers. So getting back to it, who are we up to now? So who are we up to next?
Don, I think,
R2?
or...
No, I did the R5.
Oh, yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
All right. So my next one.
Drum roll.
Justice League Batman tactical suit.
Batman tactical.
And the only reason why I would cancel it is because I already have the original one.
That's pretty easy for you then. Let's see, where is he on here? Batman tactical. Batman, where are you? Batman. Let me share my screen. Share screen.
Batman, where are you?
And where is this one? Tactical. If I could type, it'd be funny. Oh. Does it come up? There he is.
Right there.
Yep, tactical suit. So you're canceling. So let me ask you a question. since you're canceling this one, what was your reason for pre-ordering it again if you already have the original? Just because you wanted an updated version, that kind of thing?
So the one that I have already has like the glasses down on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do it how it's just like that with the glasses above the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And plus it comes with a different display piece. I mean, it's the same as the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Display piece for the regular Batman from the movie. But
he doesn't come with the mother box.
Different.
Right?
What?
He doesn't come with the mother box.
Yeah.
But he does have
he does.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I don't have one. Sorry.
That's cool.
Damn, this is a nice one. Yeah, I don't have this one, so he's like the missing piece of my Justice League, 100%. So, like I said, because you already have this one, you would be content with having it as is. So this is one of those that hit the chopping block easily.
Yep. But it would be canceled after the DeLorean.
It'd be canceled after the DeLorean. So that's what's interesting. So maybe what I'll do is after we go through our fives, like, because I'm really still the DeLorean is throwing me for a loop. Like if that's like I'm interested to know if that of your five, Sean, is that like your biggest one? Like ultimate, like what I mean by that is like the one that would be like out of our list, there's probably one that either is the most meaningful that you don't want to cancel or something like that along those lines, or like the most precious one that you wouldn't want to have to let go. Because like I said, the fact that you started off with the DeLorean, I was kind of I'm still shocked about that.
So with all the issues they've already had, on top of that, I don't have any figures for Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
I only have 2 for Back to the Future 1.
Yeah.
And that's it. I still think one day they'll give us the original DeLorean.
Yeah.
I think they'll do a 2.0 on it.
You think they'll ever do a part 3?
I don't know. I mean, that's probably more likely than within the next 5 years in the DeLorean.
Yeah.
However, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can live with just having these 2 figures.
Interesting.
A quick question about this. This is a 2.0, Sean, and you have the first?
Yeah, it's not really a 2.0. What they did was they changed out the base of it.
Yeah.
It's all what they really did. From what I can tell anyways. There's some pictures where it looks like the armor is a different color, that it's a little bit lighter.
I'm asking specifically because that cape looks amazing.
Yeah.
Was the cape nice?
With it was pretty good too.
Yeah, okay.
The armor looks a little more silver to it to me. It does. But like I said, I don't remember the original that well, so it's hard for me to comment. I know it doesn't have the mother box, and I think we were talking about that base. That base is a different base compared to the other one, or they used a different version of it? They kind of
they use the Batwing ramp that they had for all the other bases for the Justice League line.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of this being an MMS, this is a TMS because it was on HBO Max.
Right.
Gotcha.
Or just like what they did with Cyborg.
Gotcha.
So they didn't label it as a 2.0 because it's completely redone as a different line number.
A different brand. I gotcha.
It makes sense they would change the color as coloration too, then, because the whole movie was colored differently. So,
but I do have a feeling though when it's in hand and I have them side by side.
Yeah,
I do have a feeling this one is going to be a slightly different color on all the armor plates.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So. When I don't want to say good pick because that's a hard pick, but I get where you're coming from. Mike.
Yeah. All right. So
what do you got next, man?
I guess I lied when I said these aren't really in any order because these first 2 are. Fox. Fox would be my next one, and I know Fox doesn't get a lot of love, but I think he's
Commander Fox. Is that?
Yeah, Commander Fox.
What?
Oof, really? So do you have this on pre-order already?
Yeah.
And you would cancel this one?
Well, I don't. There are reasons behind all of this, and I'm not going to bore everyone with it. But no, these all hurt. These are like we pre-order these for a reason because these are the ones we have to have, right? We're not willing to wait and let them, let the chips fall where they may. But I'd have to get rid of this one for certain reasons.
I got you. No, like I said, willing to disclose as much as possible. But I mean, the one thing about it is, I guess this one's a fairly new pre-order, so you don't have much time to let it sit there and stew and kind of like, decide, because like some pre-orders we have on order for like a year later, and then you decide to kind of like cut the axe on them. So
I mean,
I feel it, man.
It's a simple reason. It's not. I don't want to make it like it's complex or a secret or anything. It's just that he's a phase 1 fox that goes with none of my Coruscant guards. Yeah. So I know what they're going to do. Let's just say this situation was reality, and I did cancel him.
He just dropped this month.
They'll release a bunch of phase 1 Coruscant cards down the road, and then I'll say now he's got a group to go with. So
yeah,
but yeah, that's why I would cut him, just because he's the oddball. I mean, but he's an important character. He killed 5s. He arrested Ahsoka. Like, he did a lot, but he did it all in his phase 2 armor. Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, I hear you about that, man.
But he did save Padme in his phase 1 armor.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And he had like one of the first showdowns with Cad Bane, like early on.
Yeah, there you go. As I said, I don't want to say good pick, because that's not what these picks are meant to be. But just jump back in real fast. Taylor says, I'm sure we'll get another Batfleck from the Flash, and hopefully it's the blue suit. I do too. I really like to see that blue and gray. And Bob Dylan, really nice to stop in, man. I don't think I've seen you in the live chat before, so I do appreciate you stopping in. Sneaky reissues are Howie's favorite. I would agree with that. Absolutely. The ones that just pop up out of nowhere. And like I said, Peyton says, Fox, he just dropped this month, but you know what? It's nothing wrong with that, because you know what? Like I said, sometimes with pre-orders, they get harder to decide to cancel the longer if you had them. So sometimes you kind of just rip the Band-Aid off real fast. You don't have much of a love for them in the sense, because you just pre-ordered. So I can understand that in the sense. So no hate there.
Hey, I'm relatively new anyway, so most of this stuff is new to me.
So I'm gonna my second one to do it, man, because I got flack. It would be Cobb Vanth, the one that I the lone wait list that I grabbed. If I had to, I would nix this one, just because I have a feeling we might see another version of him pop up down the road, because like I said, the way that he ended in Book of Boba Fett, I think we might see another version of him. And to be frank, when it comes to my Mando line, as great of a piece that he would be in there, not that he's an odd man out, but I could do without him in my collection. The price tag on him also, I'm pretty resentful about the price tag of him being $300. I always have been. I know I criticize Marvel, especially like the new Rocket and stuff like that, being a little bit higher in price. But this is one of those where a price is that kind of factor where, you pay $300 for it. I know that you lose like the NRD and all, and we're not going to get into those logistics, but between the price of the figure, not getting much with him, he's pretty basic. And in terms of my collection, if I had to, I'd cancel Cobb Vanth. Absolutely. And like Peyton just said, Cobb with Robo Arm could come down the line, and Big Dog one pass on Cobb Vanth. I mean, he got a little bit of fever at the end when he went waitlist, but yeah, like I said, this is one for me that I would cancel just because I want them, but I'm not as attached to them much, where if I had to pull the trigger and get rid of them, yeah, I could do it. So Cobb Vanth is my next one that I would cancel if I had to. So going back down the list, so Don, what is your third one that you would axe if something happened?
Crosshairs.
Crosshair.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have the other 4?
I actually already have Echo and Hunter.
Right.
So it's just one of those things. It's like, if I had to, it's again, because you can probably assume what 2 and 1 are going to be at this point. Because at least if I had to, I could put Hunter and Echo with the clones, especially with Rex, and it still makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're willing to break up the Bad Batch and not actually collect the whole team? You're willing
if I needed to, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
That's a hard.
Hey, you wanted sacrifice?
No, I like that. I like the honesty, because I'm not sure if I could sacrifice something of a line to leave the line incomplete. I don't know if I could do that. Not like for Bad Batch, but like if I had to break off half the Justice League, I don't know if I could do that. That's an interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also different too, because I mean, it's a great cartoon, but also in the they're newer canonically. They're offshoot. I mean, I bought Hunter basically because it's Clone Commando armor, 90% the Katarn armor, aside from the helmet, and then Echo is just like, okay, I got a really really good deal on him.
So Don, like I understand your point, but Crosshairs episodes are the best. Some of the best Disney content, in my opinion. So it's like, oh man, it's such a good character, but I don't know your list. Like, see, that's the thing. We don't know each other's.
I know Don's list, but I forgot it purposely.
No, I mean, you don't know all his pre-orders.
Oh yeah.
So you don't know what he's comparing to.
And you know what? To be fair to all collectors, like we always joked sometimes, like, yo, everyone turn their cards over and show everyone your pre-order list. You know what I mean? Like Nate's up there with 70 and well, everyone's up there with like X amount. And it is a private thing because people don't want to get too excessive with what they have on pre-order because sometimes people they don't want to share what they have. I know sometimes we throw out numbers. Like I think I'm in the 20s, which is like low right now. But unfortunately, I got shown a little website called Off the Racks by Connor, which I regret him showing me because now I'm slowly starting to see my pre-orders like creep up somehow, and I don't even understand how it's happening. So, but yeah, like I was almost interested of knowing like kind of what the rest of the like. I mean, I have no problem showing off what I have on pre-order, but I mean, it's not outrageous stuff, but of that list, it was very hard to pick some, like for me, because I have such a, like, I mean, like I'm in the 20s, taking 5 of those figures away was actually quite hard for me because I was like, you know, I didn't know what to do. So for me, I had a difficult decision of kind of cutting the fat in some areas, but
yeah, it's like you, I mean, I also have pre-orders with other lines and other franchises, but then I'm going through my list and I'm like, wait, this is already paid off. This is already paid off. This is so it's like that small list is getting gutted even further. So
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, that's a good one, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Good pick though. I mean, good but bad pick, I suppose.
Yeah, tough
71 if Nate pre-ordered Star-Lord, which no, I don't. As of today, he didn't pre-order Star-Lord, Peyton. He didn't do it as of today. I talked to him around like 3-4 o'clock. And he did not have Star-Lord pre-ordered, so I believe Nate is still teetering at 70. It hasn't gone up. And he hasn't paid anything off yet, so it's still at 70. So
yes.
So, Sean, hit me with another one, man.
Well, the thing is Nate hasn't ordered Star-Lord because he's army building the DeLorean. Because let's see. Let's do the list. We got the DeLorean for flight pose on its wheels, Neon Tech DeLorean.
You also got to forget DeLorean, doors open, doors closed.
Right.
Let's see. What was there? Python Patrol, DeLorean from G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe Tiger Force striped.
G2 colors.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Copper Chrome, DeLorean.
Actual Chrome, DeLorean.
Diecast DeLorean.
That's funny.
All right.
What's your third pick?
Mantis.
What holiday special, right? Yeah, that's the only one that's out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's the first and only one.
That's the first and only. So Mantis. Interesting pick, but I can kind of understand this one, but talk to me about it. What's your thought process on this?
So I'm not collecting a lot of Marvel anymore. Mostly is Iron Man. I just picked this up because I figured, I kind of like it after ordering Rocket and Cosmo.
Yeah.
But I could cancel this too.
It's a nice.
Now, if they came out and gave us a Christmas special Kevin Bacon, I would not be canceling this.
Dude, I might even get 2 of them. I don't even know why. I would army build Kevin Bacon's. There's no reason.
He's an actor? Oh.
Yeah.
Actors are repulsive.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That was
I can understand because it's kind of it's a cool figure, novelty, but it doesn't. For me, it kind of stands on its own. And it's hard for me getting figures that stand on their own because I like putting figures with figures. And so it's almost like if we got Drax 2 from the holiday special, so at least you had 2 figures that went together because they were in tangent the whole time, I could probably understand it. So I can definitely see this. Now let me ask you a question. Where are you at with the Guardians line? Or is that something that you are pondering that you might dive into, or are you like you're passing on Guardians altogether?
No, so I do have Rocket and Cosmo Star-Lord ordered.
You do? Okay. So canceling this, you might get another.
I mean, but with some of this stuff for her outfit, it comes off for the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And I could just put her in with my endgame display.
Yeah, because isn't that
just like this right here?
Yeah, that's
just put her with my endgame display and she'll fit.
Yeah.
It'd be so tempting to get her or whoever else they released from this and just break them out every December.
I've seen people wanting to do that. Just turn on, just put them back in the box and then break them out because sometimes, depending on the collection, decked out in Christmas, it just doesn't fit in the collection. But Yeah, it's a cool figure. I haven't pre-ordered it. It looks like it's still on low stock, so kind of teetering on this one. But I'm probably gonna hold off and just do a Guardians.
So one thing, real quick, since we mentioned the Christmas thing,
yeah.
One thing I used to do, and I haven't done it for probably 3 or 4 years, on my Yoda's Hut piece from Sideshow. Sideshow made a Christmas Yoda.
Yep.
Had
Really?
a Santa bag with little tiny
And the hat.
boxes and everything, and the Christmas hat. And I would literally put snow around the big, huge Sideshow display piece, and I would have Yoda with his cane and the bag around the back.
I love that.
Walking it out, and I would make like a trail, like it was footprints in the snow with all the cotton and everything from him walking.
That's really cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've got stuff I break out for Halloween, different stuff for Christmas. Figures that stay away all year, and then I take them out for the holidays. It's fun.
Who do we? OG fan. How are you doing? Mantis will make a good elf on the shelf. That's another possibility. Absolutely. Eric saying, "What's up, everyone? How are you?" Just for you guys trickling in. I got 29 watching on a Friday night for me. I appreciate that as well. Appreciate the support as always. So thank you to everybody who just hit 30. So I really do appreciate it. For those who are kind of jumping in and wondering what in the hell are we talking about? We're talking about sacrifices, people. We are talking about, tonight is, it's Friday Night Fives. And what this is it's about sacrifices. So what we're talking about are our top 5 figures that we have on pre-order that we would cancel immediately if something happened. If a life event, circumstances, something happened, and hey, you had to cut 5 active pre-orders off your list, 1/6 scale, not just Hot Toys, 1/6 scale. What would they be? So what we're doing is we're just going through and just telling some stories of figures that we would cancel in a pinch, and why would they hit the chopping block, so to speak. And that's kind of where we are with Mantis if you're tuning in right now.
And he restricted us on what we could or could not cancel too.
I restricted to no army builds. Sean likes to make a point when I said no army builds or duplicates, because it would make Sean's picks extremely easy, and I just wanted to hear him kind of like the DeLorean. All right, Sean, I'll ask you, if I gave you army building options, would you have still done the DeLorean?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Well, just want to make sure. Just check and see where you're at with this. And for those in the group and the live chat, this gentleman here, I'll take us off screen for a moment. The gentleman above Sean, if you don't know who he is, you see him in some of the live chats. He's pretty well all over. He was in Geeking Out. He kind of jumps around. You see him in the live chats. It is Mike Litteris. There you go. Mike. There you go. How about that? Mike Latoris, as Aries would call him. Whatever you want to say.
Mike Pause.
Mike Pause. Latoris. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever. Aries says it like 3 different ways sometimes. So Mike's been in the live chats. Like I said, he's a Jersey guy. We've been talking. So I thought, hey, you want to come in and do a stream Friday night? We're just going to shoot the shit for a little bit. So he said, absolutely. Yeah, there he is. Yep. Yes, I got him. So you guys can see his face. There he is. He's jumped around a couple streams, been talking to people in the live chat. So I'm sure you guys have talked to him before. So I kind of, we hit it off pretty well. I figured, hey, you want to come in and talk about some figures, and he was up for it. So like I said, I appreciate your time as well. I appreciate it as well.
Thanks for
Eric,
having me.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely. Eric's saying, I had to cancel Moon Knight. Called Sideshow about moving it to another figure. They said no.
Yeah.
Well, lost around $20. Interesting.
Have you guys noticed that Sideshow's getting much tighter? They used to just no problem, and now they're really tight.
I've never canceled anything and had an anarchy moved over, so I don't know.
I have, yeah.
They're under new management, though, right?
Are they?
That's what it seems like.
Interesting.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
1/6 shooter in the house. Hey, all. Hey, man, what's going on, man? I don't think I've seen you in my live chat before. I know Friday night might be a little bit of a different crowd, but what's going on, Trevor? How are you? 1/6 shooter. Hey, all. What's going on, man? As always. So Mike, hit me with a pick. You had to cancel something right now. What would you cancel?
Oh man.
I love how you're like thinking about it. We're all like, we're all like, because I know you have a list, but you're like,
I'm like, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking down here on my list. It's gonna have to be Kenobi Vader.
Kenobi Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have to cancel any Vader, that's I think the Vader 2 cancel.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered Jedi yet, so
Blasphemy!
I know that's like no, that would be super easy, dude. That would have been my first pick right away if I had Jedi on order.
So this is the one that you'd cancel if you had to.
Yeah.
So you have no Darth Vaders on order right now.
If I cancel that, correct.
Yeah. Are you going to get the 40th, or are you holding, or what were your?
Okay, so I started this collection with the intention of just focusing, which is so weird because I'm 43 and I'm an OT guy typically. But I felt like there would be so many holes in my collection if I jumped into OT right now that it was just, I could create the collection I really wanted with prequel stuff and Clone Wars stuff and everything. Mm-hmm. But this was a cheat for me. So since I allowed this over the walls, it'd be easier to throw back over the walls. That makes sense?
So that makes you question. Yeah. Obviously, in a real world situation, this is just joking. You're not canceling this figure. You're going to get this one. Are you going to get the 40th anniversary, or you're not getting that at all? Like, this is your Vader representation.
This is going to be my Vader representation because although he's a cheat, he's kind of not because that's Hayden there. Yeah. You know, it's like, and okay, the real reason I got it was because I was going to pair him with Ahsoka as a Rebels face-off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even though the mask is cracked on the wrong side, you know, I can cheat it enough. Even though she's in the wrong costume, like it can work for me, you know. And so that was my plan.
I gotcha.
So
that
makes sense. Do I sound nuts?
No, not at all. Everyone gets things, you know, it's your collection. I'm interested to know, like down the road, and I'm going to hold you to it, that Vader, especially when that Vader comes out, that you're still not going to get that 40th anniversary Vader.
No, wait, I never drew a hard line necessarily.
Well, it sounds like you're drawing one right now. So I mean, when you say
we'll have to have some barriers.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Right, so that's yours. So all right, so we'll go to me real quick. My next one, it's kind of a pairing. It'd be Cad Bane. Cad Bane, if I had to. The reason why I do have this on pre-order, I have them on pre-order with Off the Racks, not Sideshow, because with Off the Racks, I used Connor's $15 discount. So I got them 15 off, plus there's no taxes and shipping. You know, and if anyone doesn't know, Off the Racks, I know Connor, I think, got it from Lane, and then, you know, he kind of he broadcasts that on his channel all the time. He kind of lets people know. So I got him from Off the Racks. So I got 15 off on him. I got him with the intention of pairing him with Cobb Vanth. So if I'm not going to get Cobb in this hypothetical situation I put together, if I'm not getting Cobb Vanth, then I'm not getting. It doesn't make sense for me to get Cad Bane. He literally, for me, is only like, even though I say, oh yeah, with Boba Fett is displayed in another way in my collection that I like the way that he is. So therefore I won't, you know, it doesn't work for me. So if I got rid of one, like these two are literally, I'm considering them like a 2-pack for me. That I kind of want them side by side with each other, either like a duel, do something like that, you know, whatever it may be. Because the Cobb Vanth I'm going to do without the armor. I want him in just like the red outfit with no Boba Fett armor on. So that's why I like that look. But that's for me. So let's see. 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. Where is Off the Racks located? They're located in the United States. I want to say they're based out of like Ohio, not Ohio, but like they're like in central US.
Like the mid, not Midwest, but like middle of the US.
Yeah, and they do. He does free shipping and tax. So like what you get is like, it's right. You know, it's that price.
That's awesome.
Some figures might be like $5 more. Like She-Hulk was like $5 more than Sideshow. But if you use Connor's code, which is HTH for Hot Toys Hotline, you get $15 off. So for me, any figure that's like $300 or below, it makes more sense for me. Like Star-Lord. Star-Lord was what, $265? I got that $15 off, free tax and free shipping. Why would I not get that? That's stupid. You know what I mean? So like that's a steal. Western Marty, he was $255 or $260. Or no, he's like $275. 15 off on him. It's a steal. Like, so certain figures. There you go. He's in Idaho. That's where. Yeah, he's like somewhere because and he ships out pretty well. Like I got R2 from him. I paid for that one and it already shipped out like the next day. So R2D2 from Attack of the Clones. But the only thing is because I never bought from a local comic book shop, and I know you guys are more veterans about doing that stuff than I am. When he goes up for PO, his stuff goes out pretty fast. So like Star-Lord, instantly when he came up, I pre-ordered him right away because I imagine he'll be gone in probably like a week or so. So I just know that his because he's an independent store, if you want to call it that, or a comic book shop or whatever he is. He's not going to have an immense amount of quantity that he's going to put up. He'll put up just a couple, of a piece. So if something comes up immediately, I jump on it from him 100%. I sometimes browse his website and see what he has, and then I'll pre-order that. I have kind of like a hit list of stuff that I'm working off of from him. But thanks, Joe P, for that call out. What do you say? Also, Cad Bane is going on my Clones War shelf, just like Bo-Katan. Yeah, he's great for me. Just for what I'm collecting, he works best with Cobb Vanth by himself. I don't have anything else. It's mostly like original trilogy stuff. So if I got rid of one, I'm getting rid of the other.
Ryan, sorry to interrupt. That's what I was going to ask you. Did you get the collector or the deluxe with the Toto?
I got the deluxe version.
Okay, just to have it.
I got the deluxe just because. Is it free shipping if I order 3 troopers at the same time? I don't know. I know that his code, I know the $15 off code. I tried using it on multiple figures and it didn't work that way. So I did each one at a time. So 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid, I don't have that answer. What I've only done with them is pre-ordered one at a time. Connor might be the better person to ask that question to. Star Wars Pimpazoid, he might be the better person. What's the code? It is HTH, and it's abbreviation for Hot Toys Hotline, HTH. So you pop that in and you'll get $15 off. See, I'm plugging them tonight, so I should get my own code. I should get Mr. Mom as a code. But nevertheless, we'll get back on topic. Sorry, I droned off a little bit. But Don,
that's good stuff.
Don, hit me with another one. What are we up to? Number 4, I believe?
Or 4 or 2, depending on how you're looking.
Whatever it is. We're on the 4th.
Exactly. Rekka.
Rekka. How do you spell it?
Rekka.
Oh, you're killing me.
Omega.
How do you spell Rekka? Is it R-A?
It's
no,
just Wrecker.
I'm from Boston. It's Rekka.
He's doing his Boston Kiwi accent.
I spelled it
Boston
wrong.
/ Kiwi.
Park the car. W-R-E.
W-R-E. Say record right here. Duh. There he is. I kind of see your theme right now, Rekka. I kind of see your theme that you have going here. So, is your story kind of the same thing here?
Yeah. Like I said, if I had to, I'd just drop those 3. I can drop in Echo and Hunter into the Clone Wars line. So
that makes sense.
Because essentially, I'm doing a separate Seas of Mandalore display right now with Ahsoka, Vaughn, Rex. I've got a deluxe 501st that already has the Ahsoka helmet on, but I'm thinking when my clone pilot comes in, I'll give him the additional sculpt. So you could drop these guys in, and it's almost like Battle of Anaxis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Absolutely. Your logic makes sense to me.
Did you mention Maul in there, Don?
No, I don't have Clone Wars Maul. No,
okay.
That's a underwhelming figure.
Yeah. It was the only one available when I got in, so grabbed it.
Mm-hmm. Smoke Him If You Got Him says that Off the Racks is based in Oregon. Yeah, like I said, he's somewhere Midwest.
Well, that's West Coast. So.
Yeah. Joe P says yes. Whatever the price shows, that's the price. So if you buy 3 troopers at $250, for example, it's $750 all in. Yeah, like I said, I've only pre-ordered individual figures at a time, so I haven't gotten that into multiples. But I do appreciate everyone kind of helping each other out in the live chat there. But yeah, like I said, I have a feeling what your number 1. You told me what your number 1 was, but I think your number 1 will fall in vain. So Sean, what would be your 4th pick, so to speak, that you would canceled if a crisis came about that you needed to free up some of your pre-orders?
Moon Knight.
Ooh. A sleeper too. Man, I can't type tonight. I'm sorry about that, guys. Moon Knight. Why? Because I can't type. Moon Knight. Sleeper figure, man. I'm surprised I didn't know you pre-ordered this one.
Yeah. I pre-ordered it when it came out. I think this show's awesome.
Yeah. The show?
Mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Issues and everything else that the guy's going through. I really wanted more out of this series, but I don't think Hot Toys is going to make anymore.
Yeah. I wanted the Khonshu, and I wanted the Mr. Knight all in white, the white suit and the white mask.
Yeah.
I know So Toys and third-party figures are doing that. I know, and a lot of them look really good. But when you see this kind of level out of Hot Toys, you know you want that carried over to another version of him. But yeah, this is a nice figure, man. This is falls into a batch of a couple sleeper figures. Like honestly, I totally forgot about New Moon Knight. I mean, I love the show, but I don't know where it's going to go from there. To be honest with you, I mean, are they doing another season of this, or is he like a one and done kind of? Like, what's
it almost
faked on so far.
It almost seems like before, everything was going down with like Jonathan Majors and for the writer's strike, it almost seemed like they were potentially looking to do, I think it's called like the Midnight Suns. I know like the basic idea, it's going to have like Blade, possibly Punisher, Moon Knight. So basically characters that already have been established or getting reestablished.
Yeah.
Basically, they were putting them in the back a little bit to basically hold on to them. But then now you're having, Blade is not even being worked on because of the strike. Then you're having issues with, the whole, yeah. Well, not even that. It's like, okay, so there were plans to drop Blade Run, Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
And we've seen it, but apparently they actually haven't acted on that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he's in a wait and see for 6 years mode.
That's crazy. I mean, this is a great figure. I'm kind of in the same boat with Sean. I've come back on Marvel so much. This is one of those. It's such a unique piece, like with the cape out like this, that I'd love to have in the collection. But he just doesn't fit in the he doesn't fit, unfortunately. In the 285, I'm past the point where I know that I would have to get him from basically. I'd have to get him from Sideshow versus, off the racks. So like that 285 plus shipping and tax, I would have to pay that. And unfortunately, it's a little bit too much for my taste at this moment.
Yeah, and we should have gotten in. Part of the reason why I would cancel it, no Oscar Isaac head sculpt.
Yeah, that would have sold me on it. If we got his head sculpt, that might have swayed me over to getting it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought we would have gotten it with the Mr. Knight, especially since he has to take the mask off to do the whole time back in the sky.
Right.
Do these eyes light up, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Battery.
Hey, I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
So I was going to do a dynamic pose, and I like how in the show, when he jumps off the building and his cape furls out,
yes,
it shows the crescent moon.
Yes.
Almost like Spawn a little bit. The cape is alive in a certain sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
I love how stylized the cape was in that moment. It's perfect.
It was like its own entity. Yeah. Like how Doctor Strange's cloak was as well. Yeah. Good bad pick. I feel bad about that one. So Mike, hit me with another one. What do you got?
All right. This is 4, right? Number 4?
Yeah.
Bespin Luke.
Ooh.
Oh. You're breaking my heart.
Me too. And I got the deluxe. So yeah.
Oh.
Didn't you just do like this OT speech 4 minutes ago?
I did. But some got through the cracks. And Luke and Vader are 2 characters that are just, they're allowed in sometimes. So.
Do you have any other Lukes right now?
I do. I have Snowspeeder Luke. Yep.
That's it?
That's it.
That's not the
that
best.
Can't be your. I mean, Snowspeeder Luke is an awesome accessory piece. You need. I mean,
I know what you mean.
I've got my Endor. I mean, Deluxe Return of the Jedi Luke fighting the Rogue One, or the 2-pack with Vader and Tarkin. So I have those 2 fighting off in front of Palpatine. But dude, you need another Luke.
I know. Listen, I'm not. This is the land of make believe right now, Don. This guy's not going.
Oh, I know.
But I just didn't want to go backwards too much. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm only about 6 months in. I've already.
I know. All you need to say is all you need to say is there's no Bespin Han. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, that's true.
You're breaking OG fan. You're breaking his heart right now.
I know, dude. No, it's blasphemy what I've been saying.
OG fan is so upset that he might. What did he say? I thought he was a real. He thought he was a Star Wars fan. OG fan is so upset that he might actually go back through and send me that prototype Boba Fett he promised me back on the 4th. He's so upset that he might actually, I'll send you my address after if you want to still send that. Payton says, "Oh my goodness, yeah, this is a rough one, man. It's hard. Obviously,
I'm losing friends here. I get it, but
no, this. I like the, we got a mix of some safe bets that we kind of foreseen, and this I have to say, like this one's up there with the DeLorean right now. I'm like, man, that's rough. But,
and the thing is, like, none of them have to do with the quality of the figure or how good I think or how much I want it. It's just, can I axe it because it doesn't fit the overall theme of what I'm doing.
Oh, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Like I said, I don't know what your collection looks like, and you're the curator of it. You're the you're the gatekeeper of it. So if it doesn't fit, then I respect that. Joe P says I have 6 Lukes, and Snowspeeder Luke is probably the best one in my opinion.
Yeah, he's one of my best ones.
He is. I mean, I only have 2. I have him and Mando. I mean, I do prefer the Mando, but the Snowspeeder it's a sleeper figure. It is nice.
Oh, the uniform is top notch. It's got a presence to it. It's
not the definitive Luke for me.
Exactly. I mean, if you love Empire, like for me, I've got Luke right next to Hoth Leia, the snow trooper, and a random Imperial stormtrooper. That was basically coming at the end. So I've got my little ESB corner right there. So.
Like CSI Grissom says, it's all individual preference, and I mean, absolutely respect. And nothing. I like kind of going through these lists because, like I said, just for people who are talking, like we talk all the time about sacrifice and how that word gets sent around. And most of the time, when we talk about sacrifices, we're talking about future pre-orders that we're not going to do that we were like. Hey, I'm going to get the whole Guardians line, and now you're changing your mind. You didn't pre-order a single figure. We're talking about real sacrifices here, people. We're talking about figures that we have spent money on one way or another, whether it's through an NRD or we already made payments, and we need to cancel that stuff. And like I said, you cancel through Sideshow, you'll get your money back minus your NRD. But like I said, an unfortunate circumstance, and you have to cut down on active pre-orders. So this is like we're talking real sacrifice here, stuff that we've actually dumped money into. Joe P says the fight suit is so iconic. I mean, it's a great figure. But with Luke, there's so many different versions. I do feel like you need a couple of them. And for me, like now that this is Mando Luke, it's not like Return of the Jedi Luke, but like this Bespin Luke is definitely my definitive Luke. Like I can't wait to get this figure. It's one of the figures I'm looking forward to, and I'm also very much upset about because I wish we had a USB lightsaber with it. So it's kind of like for that price. That's a story for another day.
But that Mando Luke, though, that might be the most powerful we ever see Luke on screen, and that's a really special piece for me there too.
And it captures a specific moment for Star Wars fans where he basically it was Redemption Luke, as I like to call him. He's Redemption Luke. OG fan says The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest sequel in cinema history. I mean, you're up there. It's hard to say,
It's that and Godfather
Part 2, is up there.
Or Terminator 2.
How about we say top 5?
Aliens? I don't know.
Aliens has to be.
I mean, one more. Those probably are the top 5.
All right, so
we'll even put down to the top 3.
Why do I feel like next week we have to do a top 5 greatest sequels to movies, or top 5? We'll do greatest sequels to movies. We'll do pop culture next week and just we'll do movie talk instead. OG fan says I sacrificed all X06 except TOS, and
I did too. I did the same thing too. I mean, not gonna lie, I got a pretty penny for Data and Picard.
Hey, Mike, real quick. You said you've only been collecting for 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many Hot Toys do you have within the first 6 months?
35.
That's a lot in 6 months.
That's 20, a lot. 6
months.
Yeah.
I kind of went a little crazy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not going to judge you.
If anything,
Thanks,
I applaud.
Thank you. I had
hey, you have more figures than other content creators out there.
But
wink, wink,
wink, wink. Wink, wink. We're having fun. Wink,
Viewer discretion is now advised.
Fun with some, others not.
Yeah, this is the after hours talk. No, it's funny.
Aren't we supposed to dim our lights a little bit when it's after hours talk?
No, we have to do like a late night. Was it like a late show?
Presentation brought to you by
No, you need to get a flashlight. It's the leprechaun.
Yep, you definitely have the better option of pulling that off more than any of us.
It's the leprechaun. Yeah.
All right, so real quick, I'll give you another pick. Pretty simple. Actually, I just pre-ordered her not too long ago, but I'd cancel her if I had to. She-Hulk. I got her probably like 2 weeks ago. I really do want this figure just because I think it's a really unique piece. So I really do like it a lot. I think it will look really good. I plan on posing her with my Age of Ultron Hulk, so they kind of like together. A lot of nice uses of technology. The body, I love the near seamless wrists. I really do like the figure a lot, but if something happened where I needed to put something to the chopping block, I wouldn't be upset if I had to cancel it. Like, just because she's a one-off character. She's not like part of an Avengers, a team where like she's literally like I'd have to pair her up with the Hulk at least to make it look make it cohesive and made sense versus her just standing on the shelf. She'll have good nice shelf presence, obviously, a tall figure. It looks great, but as I said, something's got to go. This would have to go. So that's mine.
Oh, you need to keep her and just do like the carry pose where it's like Deadpool or even Daredevil. You know, it's like the reverse walk of shame.
Her just carrying, yeah.
Yeah.
Don, just to give you an update, cigars, because I know he likes me to. I'm getting a report from Cigars and Bacon. He says he's watching. So if you're out there, Cigars, what's going on, man? He said, watch. He says there is a season 2 of Moon Knight coming. He's also coming in Midnight Suns and Avengers Kang Dynasty. This is the rumblings within the Marvel, what has been leaked out. So that's just CMB doing a little bit of.
Okay, awesome. Because I know Marvel, the Midnight Suns was a thing. I thought it was being pushed off because of all the other developmental hell. Yeah. But at this point, they may do that first and then introduce everyone else in their solo thing.
Peyton says you would cancel the cakes. Unfortunately, I would cancel the cakes. I do have other cakes on order, but yes, these cakes wouldn't get baked, if you know what I mean. They wouldn't get put in the oven.
Does Padme count this cake? Yeah, absolutely. Right?
There's something there, so yeah, there's something there. So she's on.
How do you cancel Natalie Portman?
No, I'm not.
I'm not canceling that. I'm not canceling that. But I'm saying there's other cakes on order. So that is my 4th one. So now we're down to our last pick of 5. So Don, I don't remember what it goes, but I'm not going to be shocked by it at this point.
It's Tick. It's Tick.
Tick. What is a Tick? There's a Tick figure?
Yeah, Tick. Well, there was the Tick.
There was?
I think Star Race did it or something because it's an Amazon.
Where is Tech? Right here.
Yeah, there he is.
A very unique piece. Like I said, I'm not a Bad Batch fan, but this is a unique piece. So if you cancel all these, what are you left with in terms of Bad Batch?
Hunter and Echo.
And you're
cool.
Good.
If I needed to, yeah.
Yeah, you can make that. Look at this. Smoke him if you got him. Just made my first order with Off the Racks. That fast. There you go. Off the Racks. Congratulations, Smoke him if you got him. Like I said, I don't endorse. I mean, I'm not like I have no affiliation with them. I just know that doing good for me. So, but Don, like I said, this is kind of you would knock off a couple from the series, and like I said, you'd be content with what you have left over, and kind of just the same situation, kind of as previous.
Exactly. I mean, they would fit in with the clones. Again, this is if an emergency situation had to, and hypothetically, based on my pre-orders for 1/6 that I already haven't paid, and and those orders aren't with Sideshow, so it's like I'm paying a mom and pop store. Like I've already paid them for B1s or pilots or stuff like that. So yeah, I mean my list was pretty limited.
Yeah.
You could absolutely pair these with the clones, and they would look great. Yeah.
How did Sideshow get Chippendale from Dick? Funny. No, I hear you, man. Like I said, good solid list for your 5. Like I said, it sucks if that ever had to happen. I don't think it's happened really to anybody.
I'll just say this: that head sculpt right there.
Which one? Right there.
That looks almost like I'm seeing like Phil Hartman in that.
Oh no! Shit! Yeah. I kind of see that.
Like from Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
I'd like to eat your cookies.
Oh man, you're killing me.
That deal from Off the Racks is like it's better than any rewards program. You know,
like I said, there's definitely other comic book shops out there that people use as backup sources. It's just that for me, just to give you like an example, I'm trying to. Oh, here's just an example, guys. I'll tell you right now. I just paid off the Batman and Bat Signal today. The $550 set or whatever it was, like 500, whatever that set is, right? I made my final payment, but Sideshow was waiting to charge me tax and shipping for it. So real quick, just to divert Batman, right? Batman and Bat Signal, I think it is. If I can, like I said, I can't type tonight, so forgive me. So that set, I just want to know what that set costs. So it's $515. So if you would have got that from Off the Racks, $515 minus $15, you would have paid $500 out the door to have a nice day. With Sideshow, I paid this off. I owe another $65 for taxes and shipping as my final. So like that's what I'm going to be charged. So $65, I would have saved some good money there if I would have went through Off the Racks, like legitimately save money. I usually don't fall like, oh yeah, how much could you really have saved? But this is a pretty good example of a piece that I would have legitimately saved good money over time. Now, for me personally, I sometimes need to use payment plans because, like, you know, a lot of figures, I can't just pay something. Oh yeah, I'll just pay $300. I can't do that. But for certain things, like this is a very good example. I owe $65 for taxes and shipping, but with Off the Racks, I wouldn't have owed anything, and I would have saved 50. So 65 plus 15 was that 65, 75. I would have saved $80 on this piece. It's an $80 difference specifically on this piece. I would have saved if I went with Off the Racks versus Sideshow. Now with Sideshow, I had a payment plan, which obviously it is what it is. I didn't know about it then, but that's just, you know, like I said, just something to keep in mind for people. Like there's other stores out there, like right here, like Off the Racks and Comic Concepts have really good reward systems. Also, yeah, I'm not, like I said, Off the Racks isn't the all you know, all tell all be all for everybody. It's just that's the only thing that I know of anyway. So, but this is an example of I would have legitimately saved some good money if I would have went one way or the other. So you live, you learn. So be it. But Sean, what is your final cancellation if you had to cancel something?
So, and by the way, none of my stuff has been in order. Would be Paz Vizsla.
Paz. Is it because you already have one?
I have one on display, and I have an extra one, and I just gave away one last night.
Cheating.
Or it could have got lost. It could have got lost in the mail, and it's just, you know, it's in your shelf. But yeah, this is a pretty obvious one for you that you just, cancel it.
It's in the same category as the tactical suit Batman.
Yeah, you already have one. We're gonna grab it. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were, I mean, hypothetically, I mean, you do have this on order, so you wouldn't be canceling it. How would you display this since you already have one already? Would you display it like in a different area of your collection?
I would just display it with the vibro blade, with the shield, and have it with the season 3 stuff of Mando.
Yeah.
You know, if we get anything from season 3.
Yeah.
But, you know, if anything, I could put it with Book of Boba Fett stuff too.
Yeah. I haven't pre-ordered this one yet. I got to grab him because he's, I need him for the collection, especially his story arc was so good. He went down like a champ, and I need him for the collection. So I need to grab this one eventually. So
he's a big boy.
He's on my short list that I have to get. So
I'll just tell you this though: if you try to do any type of posing with them, even with this chain gun, where you're trying to do, the Hot Toys base will not work. I have him on a Sideshow Octagon base right now, and that's like the only way you can get him in a good pose, just because of how his body is structured.
Yeah.
So you can't have like 1 foot off the base
because he's so big. And because of his backpack, he almost is like counterweighted, or you need to like counterbalance his weight.
I'll be right back.
Makes sense.
No worries.
Makes sense.
No, it's a nice piece though.
Yeah, it is.
But I'll have to, this is one that's on my short list that I have to buy. So Mike, hit me with your last one.
All right, the last one is not going to be on Sideshow. The last one, we can do that, right? Yeah, we've gone off Hot Toys. It's going to be Old Man Logan from So-So Toys.
Old Man Logan from So-So Toys.
Have you seen this figure?
Yeah. Old Man Logan. Let me see if it comes up.
It's an emotional pick for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I got one up here. I just grabbed it from Hobby Galaxy, whatever website this is. So I just grabbed it from. I just did a Google search and I just saw the first thing I did for right.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. This is this is an interesting one. I mean, tell me about it. Why? By my own reason.
Why did I order it, or why would it go?
Why would it get canceled?
It get canceled because it just doesn't fit anything 1/6 that I have.
Yeah.
I have 1/12 Old Man Logan, a bunch of Mezco 1/12 Wolverines, but in 6 scale, this would be it. So I don't have anything else Marvel in 6 scale. All my Marvel stuff is Mezco 1/12. So yeah, it just would be the oddball. But I absolutely love the Western. I mean, I'm getting a horse too. I've been like looking for that exact horse.
I would say it doesn't even come with the horse, right? It's
No.
just $69 for the figure, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
should be around 2, right? 210. Something.
I mean,
like
Don,
that.
what are your thoughts, man? I think it's a lot. I mean, I remember when this came out, I was like, oh, this looks so cool. And then the sculpt kind of turned me off.
For reference, how much was the Hell Rider with the Hell Horse?
I don't remember.
You remember that from the original Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Sam Elliott. Because I think, because the Hell Horse was fully electronic, and I think that was like $230.
This is a chunk of money, man.
I paid $201 for this though.
Okay.
That's before shipping. I ordered from God, who was it? Yeah, I ordered from Pop Collectibles. So
yeah, it's a nice piece. It's a nice piece, but man, $269.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, I know we have conversations all the time about third-party figures. I have my share of third parties, but I just get kind of worried when third parties start getting into the price of Hot Toys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just because for $269, I feel like I don't know. Is it too much asking that it came with the horse for $269? Is that too much to ask?
I mean, it's it's not an articulated. It's just a.
I don't know. I'm legitimately asking. Like,
I'd say 320 to 340.
What they did this whole combo?
Yeah, with the horse and everything as a package. Yeah, I put that in the realistic range. But that would be again at that point you're getting the horse and the horse. Some of the horses, even statue horses, go for $250, $300.
Yeah. They do. I've been looking them up on eBay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's a hefty price, man. Like I'm all for third parties. Like I know Mars Toys, they keep their pricing within like, the 160, 170 range. And I know, and I have a feeling that like their new Batman Returns Penguin is going to break 200-300 because they're talking about doing the duck boat and extra stuff. So if the value's there, then I'm okay with it. Like if they're going to charge like the duck boat, the penguin, and penguin's like $300, $400, and the value's there, I have no problem with it. It's just I'm not sure if I see the value in just this figure, even with the accessories that he comes with for $270. I don't know if I see it. That's just me. I remember seeing this. This was one that I really contemplating back when So-So was doing like the silhouettes of the figures. And it was kind of like
he was in that group.
It was like guess this Pokemon kind of thing with each one of them. And I remember when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is actually nice. Like I might actually get this figure. But then with like the price and then it's just like what it came with. And then I started diving into it. And then it just was one of those where I don't think I could swallow the $270 for this when that's the price of like Star-Lord, or other Hot Toys figures. And it's something against third party. Once again, I love third party. I own third party. It's just that when they start getting into the realm of Hot Toys pricing, it's just like that right there. If that's what you're getting for $270.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was justifiable. And I'm not trying to talk because I know you have this on pre-order.
No.
I just don't know for me personally. And also the biggest thing is it doesn't fit in my collection. I have nothing else that it would go with. It'd be a complete standalone figure. I have nothing else even close to even X-Men. I have nothing else even close to that I could say, hey, I can pair him up with this.
Sideshow. I mean, the only figures I could potentially think of that would be available relatively if you got the Sideshow Man with No
Gambit.
Name.
or that, yeah. But again, I got this for $202. Now I don't know
No.
what
That's
shipping
different.
is going to be.
That's totally different, man. That's absolutely different. Absolutely different. And like even 1.6 shooter says 225 on TNS. Yeah, I just pulled up this website just because I did a quick Google search because I didn't know what Mike was. I didn't know what his pick was, so I just Googled like So Toys Old Man Logan. It's the first. I mean, yeah, this price alone. So as I said, that's also my fault too for going by this pricing of 269 when 225 on TNS. That's more palatable. Absolutely.
But you're absolutely right. When you're not paying licensing fees, you don't charge 265, 280.
So Toys pricing is kind of worth it. The Cajun card dealer Gambit is the best 90s X-Men. No criticism, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I had on pre-order and I'm just not going forward with it. I pre-ordered who was it? Who were they doing from X-Men that just came out? It wasn't Jubilee. It was what's her name? From X-Men. She just came out with she has the gray streak in her hair, the Rogue. Yeah, the classic. I had that on pre-order, but unfortunately when that invoice came in, I had other stuff that was taken up. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rogue. I unfortunately had other stuff. That's one that I did legitimately I canceled that one. But the figure looks phenomenal. Anyone who's getting that Rogue, it looks really, really, really great.
Yeah.
People I know were hating on the sculpt and stuff, but I think for what it is, it looks fantastic. So that being said, I'm going to have to go with my final pick if I had to cancel something. What am I going to go with? I know what I'm going with. Very simple. Is it simple? I don't know. We're going to find out. Sideshow.
You're going to make it all complicated.
No. I'm just going to surprise you about it if it's going to be a surprise. It may or may not be. See, there we go. If I had to cancel something, yeah, Iron Man Mark 6 in gantry.
Ooh,
yeah. If I had to cancel something, it's a lot of money. Do I really need another Iron Man piece?
Yeah.
No.
yes.
No.
You need a laboratory.
Yeah, well, I know that's my problem is that the shelf behind me purposely I'm trying to consolidate down to one and not have Marvel trickle over to more stuff. So this shelf right here, I was able to compress all my Marvel into one to make room for Star Wars. So if I had to get rid of something, and also here's the other thing, the way that my payment plans are set up, when this starts hitting, I'm just letting you know, Don, what my payments look like stacked up for the month. I have 2 Batmobiles, this, and the 89 Batman figure all stacked up together in one, like for a couple months, because this is like 6 to 8 months worth of payments. So I'm paying for 2 Batmobiles, this, and any other figure. So yeah.
I mean, I thought 200 was bad this month.
No, those are Nate payments right there. No, those are not those are still not Nate payments, I should say. Those are not Nate payments. But yeah, it's just one of those things where as much as I love it, between and I talk about space because I have the space, but as I said, it really comes down to the point that I'm trying to consolidate my Marvel and not have Marvel go out of control and blow up. I'm focusing more on Star Wars, so that's why I'm trying to free up. Like the shelf right here was DC. And I'm actually this rack behind this one rack that I'm here. It's a 48 inch wide, and then this one here is a 36. So I'm moving the DC over to the 36, and I'm moving the Star Wars over to the 48. So I'll have a bigger expansion for Star Wars, and I'm actually gonna have 2 shelves. So it really just comes down to I'm sacrificing one line for another, and between the price, the size, that whole thing is why this would have to go. 1.6 shooter says I'll use this Logan with the lime toes red dent. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's cool.
That's a really cool idea. That's a really it's a photographer's way of thinking. There's some figures I get just for photography, and that one's gonna look really awesome. Peyton says, "Dang, it would make sense if you would have known that. Dang, it would make sense if you have to know that. Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. So
is this your most expensive pre-order you have?
Out of everything?
Yeah.
Like everything that I own?
Yes.
No.
Not that you own, that you have pre-ordered.
No, it's not my most expensive thing. It's up there, though. It's up there. It's in the top, 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would the tops happen to be a certain vehicle?
The number one is the Jazz Inc. '89 Batmobile. I mean, I'm just reading off the list of what I have. Jazz Inc. '89 Batmobile, the Hot Toys Batmobile, the Iron Man Mark 6 gantry. So I think those are the top three that I would think are the
Oh,
most.
so you didn't get the Ecto one?
No, I didn't get the Ecto one. I hate the Ecto one Afterlife. I hate
Okay.
that. I hate that look so much.
Good. I'm not the only one then.
Oh, I despise that look of that car.
I mean,
You're not the only one.
No,
I want the Ecto 2 or the Ecto A.
Oh, the Ecto 1A is what. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one that. I mean, you can't see above me. There's my little. There's all my Ectos right above me. So, but yeah, it breaks my heart. And I tell the story all the time. If you know the story of, I mean, I don't know if you know the story. It breaks my heart that they used the original Ecto 1A to make the Afterlife car, and that broke my heart. Because that I was always hoping that they would restore the Ecto 1A one day and make it like restored, but because you can't find too many 59 Cadillacs anymore, specifically two, the Ecto 1A was sitting in the studios just deteriorating, so they literally stripped the car down and used the body as the hero car for the Afterlife car. And
I didn't know that.
Car doesn't. What's that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the car doesn't exist anymore, so you can't even restore it. It doesn't even exist. If you even look at the Ecto 1, if you look at the Afterlife Ecto 1, it is, I guess, there's actually certain markings on the car that are still there that they left purposely from the Ecto 1A as a little like kind of like Easter egg. Like there's like one of the front lights is still the same, and there's a couple bolt holes and stuff like that were left from the roof rack stuff on the Ecto 1A. They opted to leave it on the car as kind of like a little like memento to the car. But it breaks my heart that they destroyed that car and used it for. But I don't like the gunner seat. I don't like how they moved the ladder to. I like the 84 version. I want that version. So, and I saw what it looks like cleaned up. They had like promo pics of the Winston cleaned up version of the Afterlife, and it just basically looks like the same car with no rust, and it still looks dirty. But they took all the rust off of it. So, but no, nevertheless. So, anyway, that is, I believe that's it, right? We did our picks. I gotta say, out of talking about everything, I'm kind of most shocked about Sean's DeLorean. That still is shocking. The DeLorean, and that Bespin Luke.
Yeah,
those are my two shockers. Are those Don? I know your story made sense of what you were doing. Yours made sense. You told a good story of why you would cancel everything. Me, I was kind of all over the place of just canceling this, get rid of that I don't need. But I thought it was a fun topic. It was something different. Yeah. We hit that hour and a half mark, so I think we're about wrapping it up right now. I appreciate those that are in the chat. Obviously, thank you to everybody that stopped in for a little bit. Like I said, Friday night, and other people probably have stuff going on, so I figured I would just do a Friday night stream and have a little conversation with some fellow friends. I do appreciate it. I don't know if I'll be doing one next week. Might do a bi-weekly Friday one, nevertheless. But I will be doing a Sunday night stream at 8:15 talking about what are we talking about? Oh, I know what we're talking about. I'm talking about something that really hang on a second, guys. I know what we're talking about Friday. I don't even remember. I made a nice little thumbnail that I thought you guys would like. I don't know if you saw this yet, but this is I'll share it. Share screen. Yeah. The little meme that everyone talks about when you see Hot Toys saying, "Come on, do something." This little meme right here. Yeah, that's the topic of my show for that. And it's basically, it's about like, are you prepared? And it kind of irks the hell out of me. I won't lie. Every time Hot Toys releases something that isn't what people want, or they don't release anything, and people put that meme out and they say, well, come on, do something. No releases. But are you guys really prepared? I'm just asking. Huh?
I am.
Well, yeah, when you have your shit figured out, you are like sacrificing stuff legitimately and like not. I'll be real. When you have your shit figured out, you are. But I mean, I'll pose this question to the panel real fast. If next week, which is the true 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, if they happen to drop 8 figures that day, could you afford to pre-order every single figure that day?
Yes.
Congratulations.
No comment.
Yeah,
I can't pay for it in full, but I can
No, would you be able to
Yeah.
drop the NRDs? Because
Yeah.
you figure $30 times, let's say 8 figures. That's a couple $100 in NRDs. Would you be able to do that in one day?
Yes.
I mean, hell, I spent that last night once you gave me that link for Patrick Bateman.
No, but you know what I mean, though? Like, when
Yeah.
you have your stuff prepared, it's not that problem. Like, I can because I sacrificed other stuff, and I'm prepared for that. And sometimes I just feel like with collectors, they kind of like, come on, do stuff. But when they drop the heat, are you really able to follow through? So all those people kind of complaining about, like, oh, we didn't get Return of the Jedi. I still think we're going to get Return of the Jedi. It just might be spaced out more. But are you really prepared for it?
Well, that's the N1 question, right? It's like, we need the N1. Are you going to order it?
That's another, like, if you
know,
really drop the N1, are you really going to order it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Sean's just saying yes. But I know Sean. He will do it. You know, he says.
Sean's going to army build them.
No, I'm not.
No, but my whole point, you get what I'm saying, though. And, you know, and the other thing that people sometimes realize, it's not a race to collect. You should enjoy the process. And I think sometimes people want everything right away, that it's like, you know what? If we go a 1 to 2 weeks without a Hot Toys release or announcement, my wallet is safe. And sometimes it's okay to have a break because I'm paying off other stuff. You know, I have 20-something active pre-orders. So those NRDs that I wouldn't be spending, I can use those to pay off my figures. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like that. For me, it's not the end of the world. I know not everyone thinks that way, but I'm okay if we go a week or two without a crazy release. Like, they want to throw us something that I'm not interested. Cool. I'll use that NRD money and I'll pay off one of my figures. That's just me. But CSI said, have a great night, everyone. Love the topics, Mr. Mom. Keep it up. I really do appreciate the support, CSI, as always. Paid great stream as always. Thank you so much, everybody. Like I said, tune in to Sunday 8:15. We'll be doing that stream, talking a little bit more about that. I have the links to everyone's information. Mike, I know you just created a brand new Instagram. I know you had 2 of them, but you made a new one, so I put that link in the description. I'll make sure that's there. Don, always from Geeking Out, I have that information in there as well. And Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, you're always in there as well. Don, I need some buttons. You have some buttons. I'll put some buttons on my shirt.
I mean, these are the last 2 we have. I mean,
all right, start printing them. Use all those super chats.
Yeah, okay.
It's a joke. But like I said, everybody, I really do appreciate it. I have mine downstairs, actually. There you go. Oh, wait, where's my hold on. There you go. We got.
Oh shit. All right, I need something.
Support the Empire. Support
There
the
you
Empire.
go. I got you covered. Here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got like 3 of those. Support the Empire.
Yeah, I gotta get some merch.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Mike, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to come back on, like, even like on Sundays, you're more than welcome to.
I love it. Thank you.
We'll talk definitely and try to work something out.
Collection pending.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
This is Sean. I love your ball breaking, dude. It's great. And you know, I'm glad you don't hate me for calling you what's his name's whistle the other day.
What?
When we were doing, you were like whistling.
You're breathing heavy into the mic.
Nasal strips.
Oh,
nah, we can all take
it's
a
okay.
joke.
You
We
know,
can all
it
take a
happens,
joke.
right?
It's all good.
Just offer him some red crayons.
As long as I'm not like, dude, are you okay? Are you dying? I'm just trying to say the word duh.
Unbelievable.
You dead, man? You kissed the lucky egg?
So,
I'm happy you're alive. And thank you both, Don and Sean, for
yeah,
tolerating
absolutely.
me
We had
and
fun.
Ryan, especially.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
having
Had
me.
fun just to, shoot the shit a little bit. So,
Hey, how many people are in the chat?
I don't know. We hit like the 20s, 30s.
Well, all 20 to 30s of you, thank you for joining us tonight on this conversation. I know you could have been asleep or doing something else, but hey, thank you.
Yeah. How about let me see. Do I end it with videos? I have some videos. How about I end it with a video? And then we'll take it out from there. All right, guys. So, like, everyone, have a good rest of your night. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. And make sure to catch all these guys on their respective channels. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks, guys.
Evening, folks.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
I'll buy that